Hey Beauty Addicts, it's Alex. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for that I'm filming today. It's been a week since I filmed and I've missed you guys so much. So cheers to that. I'm actually feeling good today to film. And today's video is also exciting because I'm going to be doing the cruelty-free beauty tag, which was recreated by JHOLMIE, and she did this tag because she felt like there wasn't enough cruelty-free tags out there. I don't know if there is any, but there definitely isn't enough in our community, and I thought it was such a good idea. I'm kind of mad that I didn't think about that, but I'm so glad that she came up with it and that she put together some questions, and so yeah, I'm going to be doing that tag today. Alright, so let's get started with the tag. Again, thank you JHOLMIE for tagging me to do this video. This was such a great idea. Question number 1 was, when did you go cruelty-free? And I believe it was January, or I think it was like January 26th. I decided to go cruelty-free, but I think it was like January 28th, 2015 that I decided that I posted my video about how my channel was going cruelty-free. So yeah, so January 2015 is when I went cruelty-free, and honestly, it was one of the best decisions that I've ever made in my entire life, and I thank YouTube for spreading awareness, because had I not, you know, been a part of the YouTube community, I would have no idea about cruelty-free and vegan this or that, and I would have no one in my personal life I don't have anybody in my personal life who's cruelty-free and or vegan, so I feel like I thank YouTube for, spreading awareness, and tags like this. Thank you, JHOLMIE, for spreading awareness about being cruelty-free and or vegan with your makeup, because I feel like if it wasn't for YouTube, I would have no idea about that. I'd probably still be buying from MAC Cosmetics. So I'm so proud. I was so proud whenever I decided to go cruelty-free. And as I continued my journey, I just get prouder and prouder of myself for educating myself and for learning and for making a difference, no matter how small or big of a difference that I make. I am so proud of myself, and I definitely feel like my life is more enriched by going cruelty-free. So guys, going cruelty-free, you help the animals, but you also educate yourself, and you learn, you become a more knowledgeable person. You're aware of what's going on in this world, and I just feel like better. I just feel like I'm doing better, I'm making a difference, and I love animals, so I really encourage you to go cruelty-free if you have not gone cruelty-free, and maybe take baby steps. Number 2, why did you go cruelty-free? Now, I did say that YouTube is what, helped spread the awareness about cruelty-free, but I don't know, so this is how I first kind of discovered it, and where I had the light bulb, and where I was like, oh my god, I need to go cruelty-free. But it was in, I think, the beginning of January 2015, beginning to mid-January 2015, I've been doing YouTube oh wait, it wasn't 2015, it was 2016, I'm sorry. I started my YouTube channel in February 2015, and by January 2016, I went cruelty-free. So in the beginning to mid-January, I think it was mid to end actually, because I think once I figured it out, I went cruelty-free immediately. So, but I've been doing YouTube for almost a year now, and have been watching a lot of videos, and and just for Christmas, I got like 10 new MAC eyeshadows and blushes, and so that was kind of like a month later, less than a month after Christmas, weeks after Christmas, I was like, but yeah. So anyway, my ex, she ended up showing me a picture of MAC. It was like I think it wasn't even real. But this is real stuff that happens. It was saying it was a MAC photo, but like MAC Cosmetics, but I'm not 100% sure if it was anymore. But pretty much it was this photo of cats being tied up to be tested on and to be slaughtered right after. And I saw that, and that freaked me out, because, harming any animal, no matter what type of animal, is wrong. But when I saw that it was a cat, it really upset me dearly, because my girlfriend had a cat, I had a cat, and I love my cat Michael dearly, and the thought of him being tortured or mutilated and killed for me to wear lipstick just makes me want to vomit. Like, it's disgusting. Like, there's no need for it, especially because there's so many cruelty-free brands out there, so many that you can even get at Ulta or Sephora. You can buy directly online from their website. There's so many options out there. You really don't need to be buying from MAC Cosmetics or whatever. But anyway, so that is what sparked it, and then I ended up doing more research, and then I announced, I'm going cruelty-free, and I started doing all of my learning, but that photo is really what sparked it. And then, but I don't think I don't think my ex would have brought that photo to my attention had I not been a YouTuber, because I think she brought it to my attention because I was doing all of these videos about beauty products, and she brought up that, hey, one of the brands that you're supporting, this is what they do behind the scenes, and it just, you know, made me so upset. And I don't think if I had started YouTube that photo would have been shown to me. I think I still would be buying from them. And so I really, you know, thank her for showing me that photo. I really thank YouTube and, you know, blogs and Instagram and stuff for, you know, all the places that I've learned about this. But the main reason why that I decided to go to cruelty-free is because I love animals, and I don't see that any being should be tortured, mutilated, and killed for me to wear lipstick. I can understand some people saying, you know, with diet, like you get nutrition from animals, and I don't believe in that. You know, I'm trying to transition to a full vegan diet, hopefully within time. I'm still working with my health, so I can understand some health reasons why people might still be eating animal byproducts, but to do all of that to an animal just to put makeup on is ridiculous to me. So I mean, that just makes me so angry. Like, I cannot go on about it. So I just don't feel that it's the right thing to do. If you guys still support brands like that, that's completely your decision. I don't dislike you because of it. I have plenty of YouTube friends and friends in my real life who still do wear MAC Cosmetics, L'Oreal and stuff, and I don't think any less of them, and I don't think any less of you. It's just my personal opinion that there's no, that for me, like, I just couldn't live with myself to continue to buy from MAC. And I use MAC as an example a lot because of that photo. And also like Estee Lauder, L'Oreal. So I just cannot stand the thought of that. So yeah, it makes me sick. Number 3, what is your favorite cruelty-free brand? It is so hard to pick. I have 2 brands that most of my collection is of, and that is ColourPop Cosmetics and e.l.f. Cosmetics. I think if I had to pick, like, if one brand were to just, like, disappear, I'd be more upset about, and that would be ColourPop. I think ColourPop is for the win, just because I think ColourPop has an amazing selection of products. Majority of their products, most of their products are vegan friendly. You know, some new stuff comes out that's not vegan friendly, but I can always find stuff. There's plenty of selections, and I really, really, really do like their products a lot, and I think that they're a lot of fun. They're good quality. The only problem is I wish that they were sold at like Ulta or Target or a drugstore or something to make it easier for me to pick up one thing at a time, because otherwise I have to put in like I think it's $30 for free shipping, and I just want one of their concealers. I want one $6 concealer, but I don't want to pay for the shipping for only getting one product, which, like, the shipping is basically as much as the product, and then I don't want to have to spend $30 just to get that one product. So it's kind of frustrating. So I wish it was at Ulta. Now, I do know that ColourPop is at Sephora, but I do not support Sephora just because Sephora's brand, their Sephora collection brand, they test on animals. So for me, if that's kind of like the cruelty-free brand thing where the parent company tests on animals. I feel like it's kind of the same thing. If I'm buying anything in Sephora, even if it's, you know, from a cruelty-free brand that has no parent company that tests on animals, I'm still giving money to Sephora indirectly, which can be used to test on animals. So I don't support Sephora. I support Ulta because Ulta's brand does not test on animals, and so if I'm going to purchase from any one of those types of stores, it's going to be Ulta. But I also really like e.l.f. Cosmetics because that's kind of like my go-to for affordable products that you can easily pick up at the drugstore, order on Target.com and get my free shipping since I have a Target card. So I end up getting a lot of e.l.f. because it's really affordable, really convenient for me to get. So, and also e.l.f. has foundations and concealers. ColourPop has the concealers, but they don't have the foundations yet. So there's certain products that e.l.f. has that ColourPop doesn't yet, which I'm sure is on the way. But yeah, those 2 brands are like a lifesaver. ColourPop is like my fun brand that has really good products, but e.l.f. is kind of like my go-to, and it has been a brand that I've gone to a lot to replace products that I lost when doing all of my vegan and cruelty-free declutters. Number 4, what is a cruelty-free brand that you haven't tried but would like to? And I'm actually going to be doing a video on this brand that I would like to try in 2018, but I'm going to mention at least the one that comes to off to the top of my head, the one that I'm automatically thinking of, and that is Dose of Colors. I've been dying to try Dose of Colors lipsticks for years, since like Amanda Ensing mentioned them on her channel like 3-4 years ago. I don't know how long ago it was, but she started mentioning them. And ever since then, I've been dying to try their lipsticks, especially when Amanda Ensing kept talking about the color Stone. I've been dying to try Stone. I have an Ulta gift card. I haven't put the order in yet because I'm still debating on what I want to get. But, you know, I would love to get a Dose of Color Stone, but the thing is it's $18, and that takes up like my entire, like almost half of my gift card. So it's like, so when I'm purchasing stuff, I'm only getting like affordable brand stuff, so I can't get Dose of Colors. But like if I like didn't care about that, I would totally get Dose of Color Stone. I've been dying to try their liquid lipsticks. I think that they're amazing. They do have other vegan products out, like their lip glosses. I might want to try one of their lip glosses, but it just sucks that they're more high end and I just don't have the money right now to buy from a high-end brand. So I'm only really going to buy, if I buy anything right now, it's with my Ulta gift card. And then if I run out of anything, like if I run out of a foundation from e.l.f., I'll get a new foundation from e.l.f. because it's only a couple of bucks. But other than that, like I'm on a no buy. So yeah, I cannot afford to spend money on Dose of Colors. And even if like I had the gift card, it's like, okay, well I could get like a couple products for that one cost of that one product, so it doesn't make any sense to me. But eventually I do want to try Dose of Colors. I think that their brand is amazing, and they have a lot of vegan stuff. So 5, what is a non-cruelty free brand that you wish would go cruelty free? I would say MAC. It's so funny, like because I remember just really liking their MAC concealers, their eyeshadows. I don't know, it was just one of those things too is that whenever people are referring to like their foundation shade and doing comparisons, they always compare the foundation that they're talking about to a MAC foundation. So it makes it really easy for people to understand like what shade you are in comparison. Like it kind of gives people a good idea. But I just like some of their products. I really like some of their makeup brushes. So if they were to go cruelty-free, I'd be ecstatic. That's kind of the first brand that comes to mind. Yeah, so I'm going to say MAC Cosmetics. Also, I feel like MAC Cosmetics would be a really good example of a brand going cruelty-free, because if they decided to go cruelty-free, it would be huge because they're a very big brand, but they're also a brand that sells in China, and I think if they didn't sell in China, they would be cruelty-free. I think they were cruelty-free, and then they wanted to sell in China, so they stopped being cruelty-free so that they could sell in China. But if they pulled out of China, they'd be losing a lot of money, but they would be benefiting so many animals out there, and I think that would make a huge statement if they pulled out of China and went cruelty-free with their brand. If you guys don't know, if you sell products in China, you have to test on animals. So there are a lot of brands out there that say they're cruelty-free except for when required by law, which if they test on animals when required by law, to me that's automatically you're not cruelty-free. Like, if you were cruelty-free, then you wouldn't sell in China. So just so you guys know, if you sell in China, you have to test on animals. Now, if it's made in China, that's different, but selling is the key thing. If it sells in China, you have to test on animals. 6, what do you think about parent companies that test on animals? I'm actually going to be doing a video on this. Tashina Combs just came out with one, and she was against parent companies, but now she's for parent companies. And, you know, I've been trying to watch different videos just on different people's points, and I definitely think, you know, there's a lot of good points for supporting those brands. There's a lot of good points for not supporting the brand. So I honestly think it's just a personal preference, whatever makes you feel comfortable and whatever you think is going to make a bigger difference in the cruelty-free community, because you got to think both short-term and long-term. But for me, as of this moment, I still stick to my not supporting parent companies or brands that are cruelty-free with parent companies that test on animals, just because I feel like you are indirectly giving money to a brand to test on animals. And I'm going to get into the details of my thoughts on, you know, the pros and cons to each decision and why I'm doing my decision. So stay tuned for a video about that. But that's just my personal preference. I don't want to have any money going towards animal testing at all whatsoever. But yeah, I don't support that, but stay tuned for a video where I go into detail about that. 7, who is your favorite cruelty-free YouTuber? There are a lot of cruelty-free YouTubers out there. Like I said, I love Tashina Combs. I really trust her opinion. She runs Logical Harmony, you know, which has really helped me get through learning a lot about the cruelty-free world. I love Kalel. I think she's very inspirational, and I love watching her videos, especially from more of a diet standpoint. She has a lot of good diet videos, and I just like her in general. But I'm going to be honest, the one I have the most fun watching, and I'm a little biased because she's also my friend. I've been loving watching JHOLMIE. She was a YouTuber that I discovered in 2017, and I just think that she's so entertaining. She's very informative. I'm watching her Snapchats and her Instagram. She brings awareness to things that are going on in the cruelty-free and vegan community. She's entertaining. I think her and her boyfriend are entertaining. I love her dog. So I've been really just enjoying her on her channel and social media. I'm so happy to have connected with another cruelty-free and vegan YouTuber. Not only that, but like to be friends with someone. Like we like interact with each other on Snapchat and on Instagram and on YouTube. We're commenting on each other's videos and pictures and stuff. So I've just really been enjoying her videos and just having a friend out there who is like me. So if you guys, go to subscribe to anybody, make sure you subscribe to JHOLMIE. She's awesome. Number 8, what is your favorite cruelty-free dupe or replacement for a non-cruelty-free product you used to use? There are some cruelty-free products. The main product that I've been wanting to replace, I keep asking this in every video, and maybe you guys have answered this question for me before and I've just completely forgotten because I have so many notifications and I screenshot a bunch of stuff, but like my screenshot inbox is like this big. Like I have to organize it and figure everything out. But if you guys know of a dupe for MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, let me know. That is the one thing that I've been trying to find a dupe for. That's another reason why I wish MAC would go cruelty-free, and hopefully those would be vegan, was their paint pots. I haven't found anything like their paint pots or that are good enough to replace the paint pot. So if you guys know of anything that's a dupe for the soft ochre, let me know. But the one thing that I loved replacing was MAC Nylon, another reason why I wish MAC would go cruelty-free. But I wanted to find this is not even necessarily exact dupe, but basically like a way to kind of get what I needed from what I got before, which is a white on the inner corner, and I wanted something that was really stark white. A lot of white eyeshadows that you put on that you just kind of swipe white, you barely see the white. But to get a really stark in-your-face white inner corner, I've been going in with ColourPop Super Shock shadows. I originally went in with Bites, which is a more close of a dupe because it is a matte white eyeshadow. But that one dried out, and I was done with it, and then I ended up replacing it with ColourPop Tassel. So this is like the glittery version of it, but it is filling my void of the white inner corner because I really liked that prior to going vegan and cruelty-free, and I needed a replacement, and thank God for Tassel to kind of fill that void. And that's what I'm wearing on the inner corners of my eyes today. But I absolutely love that, the white, the really stark in your face white on the inner corner. So that is like the first thing that I would think about. But yeah, I definitely needed a replacement for that, and hopefully I find a replacement for MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. Number 9, what is the hardest part about transitioning to cruelty-free makeup and beauty? I think the biggest thing is just figuring out which brands to trust, because there's a lot of gray areas when it comes to being cruelty-free. There's a lot of brands that claim that they're cruelty-free and they're not. They even label their products cruelty-free, so someone will pick up a palette that says cruelty-free and they believe it, but you cannot believe that. You can believe brands. So that is why I highly recommend that you check out Tashina Combs' channel and also her cruelty-free brand list on Logical Harmony. They have a cruelty-free brand list, a gray area list, an avoid list, and a pending list, which specifies, why each brand is on which list, which is really helpful. And if you want to make your life easy, just follow that list and only buy products from the cruelty-free brand list. And within that list, you can also decide whether or not you trust parent companies, like cruelty-free brands that have parent companies that test on animals. That's the only differentiation within that list that you have to really worry about. That, and if you want to go vegan as well. But if you have that resource, that is going to make your life so much easier. And I really thank whoever on Instagram tagged Tashina Combs on Logical Harmony. Thank you so much, because I posted a photo with like Smashbox in the photo, and then someone tagged me and referred me to her channel. And I think Smashbox might be cruelty-free and have a parent company that tests on animals. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But either way, that's how I stumbled upon Logical Harmony. I think that was what would make your life so much easier. So don't trust, I know other YouTubers have trusted other resources, but I trust Tashina and Logical Harmony the most because they, they go above and beyond when they're asking their questions as to whether or not a brand is cruelty-free or vegan. And so I know if they trust them, that they are trustworthy. they're the most strict when it comes to determining whether a brand is cruelty-free or not, because not only just is the products cruelty-free, but like were the products tested on animals, were the components within the product tested on animals. Do you check with your third parties as to whether or not they test on animals? So some people might be like, well, ignorance is bliss, so if I don't know about it, then we're cruelty-free, but it could still be happening because they don't check. So Logical Harmony is your most trusted resource. So I think but to me, that's like the hardest part about going cruelty-free, is just figuring out who to trust. And the easiest way to figure out who to trust is through Logical Harmony. All right, number 10, what is your biggest tip for someone who wants to transition to cruelty-free makeup and beauty? So overall, just taking your time, taking it one step at a time is the biggest thing, to not just go cold turkey on everything within one day. You know, you got to figure out how you want to get through the products that you've already bought, you know, however you want to decide to do that. Take your time in learning about the different products, you know, so if you still are using the products that you don't believe in while you're figuring out what products that you do believe in, that is completely fine. I think taking your time is the biggest thing. You don't want to discourage yourself by putting so much pressure on yourself to be perfect from day one. That's just not going to happen. It's not realistic. So I think the biggest thing is taking your time, not being too hard on yourself, and just know that it's going to be hard at first, but once you've like learned and educated yourself, it's going to be so easy. And so like, I'm telling you, Logical Harmony has been a savior to mine. I just refer to Logical Harmony and, you know, I'm good to go. Also, make sure to keep up with Logical Harmony's updates, because they do change their list from now and then, and they have, like, I don't know if it's like once a week or once a month, they have like a cruelty-free brand update list, and they tell you what the changes are, like whether a brand has moved from pending list to the cruelty-free list, or moved from the pending list to the avoid list, or from the avoid list to now the cruelty-free list. Like, they specify what changes have happened within that time period since the last cruelty-free change update. So make sure you stick with those updates. Sometimes I get behind and reading those, but yeah, I think that's just the hardest part, and Logical Harmony is going to help you with that. All right, and number 11, which is the last question, what is your favorite thing about the cruelty-free community? I think what's great about it is that the cruelty-free community is just being a part of a community that really, like, where you can really bond with people who have the same beliefs as you. You know, we have this big giant makeup and beauty community, but within that community we have the cruelty-free community, and that's an even tighter bond because obviously there's less people, which hopefully we can get everyone on board with that and we can have a big community. That's great. But because we're a smaller community, we're more connected, we're more appreciative whenever we do stumble upon a cruelty-free or vegan YouTuber. So I think that it's just having, you know, people in your life that can understand where you're coming from is just great, who have the same beliefs as you, who love animals like you do, who have taken the time to educate yourself on these types of things. I think that's just like a really nice bonding experience. And it's just nice to have people around who believe in the same thing that I do. Because like I said, in my personal life, I don't have anybody that I know who's cruelty-free or vegan and or anything at all whatsoever in regards to animals, like nothing. So it's really nice to be able to have the YouTube community, the cruelty-free YouTube community to be a part of, so I can have those connections and bond with people and learn from people, and we can, you know, comment on each other's things and know where the other person's coming from. Like, I don't know, it's just a great bonding experience, and it helps motivate you to be cruelty-free and vegan and to not give up and to know that you're not alone. So I really like having that community to be a part of, for sure. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this cruelty-free beauty tag. I will be tagging some lovely ladies down in the comments to do this tag, but anybody who is watching this video who is part of the cruelty-free and or vegan community, I tag you to do this video. Now, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button below. Click that little bell so that you're notified of when my videos have been posted. Like this video if you did like it, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye! This Sigma Eye Shading E55 brush I think is fine. I use it quite a bit, but it's not like my ride or die. Like, if it disappeared from my collection, if I lost it, I wouldn't cry about it.